The wrath of Michael, the fate of the wives of the fallen angels and the Nephilim. The heavens roared as the Archangel Michael descended upon the earth, his armor gleaming with divine fury. The sins of the watchers, the fallen angels who had taken human wives, had reached their limit. Their unholy union had birthed the Nephilim, giants of great strength and wickedness, who ravaged the land and defiled creation. God's judgment was at hand, and Michael was the instrument of divine wrath. The cry of the earth. The cries of the innocent echoed from the earth, rising like incense before the throne of the Almighty. The Nephilim, born from the forbidden union of angels and mortals, had corrupted the land. They devoured the labor of men, shedding blood without remorse. Their mothers, the wives of the fallen, had become priestesses of forbidden knowledge, teaching sorcery and unholy rites. Then came the decree from heaven. The watchers and their offspring must be destroyed. The women who bore their seed must face divine retribution. Michael's descent, with a sword forged in celestial fire, Michael led the host of heaven in battle against the watchers. The earth trembled beneath their clash. The fallen angels, once glorious beings, now howled as their wings were torn, their power stripped. One by one they were cast into the abyss, bound in chains of darkness until the day of judgment. But Michael's mission was not yet complete. He turned to the women, the daughters of men who had lain with the fallen, the judgment of the wives of the watchers. Michael's voice thundered like a storm. You have defied the natural order, consorting with those who abandon their place in heaven. You have birthed abominations that have drowned the world in violence and despair. Now you shall share in their fate. Some of the women fell to their knees weeping, begging for mercy, but others, intoxicated by the power they had gained, cursed Michael and the heavens. They called upon the names of their fallen husbands, but the watchers could not answer. Their voices had been silenced in the abyss. Michael stretched forth his hand, and the ground beneath them split open. A terrible wind howled from the depths, pulling them into the void. Some were turned to dust, their bodies dissolving into the earth. Others were swallowed by the chasm, never to be seen again. The end of the Nephilim. The Nephilim, watching their mother's fate, roared in defiance. Some tried to flee. Others took up arms against Michael and his warriors. But the decree had been spoken. The floodwaters would soon come, cleansing the earth of their corruption. Those who were not slain by Michael's sword were left to perish in the coming deluge. The aftermath. As the battle ended, Michael looked upon the earth. Silence fell. The Nephilim were no more. The women who had defied the heavens had met their judgment. The watchers were bound in the abyss. The world, though wounded, would be given a chance to heal. Michael ascended, his task complete. The floodwaters would soon wash away the last traces of the fallen's corruption. And in the heavens, the Almighty watched, his justice fulfilled, yet his mercy still waiting for those who would seek him. And so the world turned a new page, but the echoes of the past remained, a warning to all who would dare defy the will of heaven.